I didn't get that one yet. I didn't know it was in there. I'll have to look at it later. You recording? Okay, I'll open the meeting. I could say 6:01. Good. Yes. Yes, we'll all say the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comments?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Larry Brown, I'll do two. One is your own, you'll take it up later. But we had a library trustees meeting this afternoon, and if you have not heard, there is going to be the 4th of July parade starting at the library as a community celebration. Betsy is the spark plug for it. It is not a trustee-sponsored event, but anyone is invited to come. Bring their decorated bicycle. With luck, we will have the Statue of Liberty riding in the convertible.
Now, is this Milton Mills or Milton?
Milton Mills.
Milton Mills, okay.
Starting at the library, circling the block as far as feet take you.
What time?
At 10 a.m.
10 a.m.?
on July 4th. And the second thing is, don't forget to announce your one-act plays coming up.
One act plays?
High school?
They already were.
Yeah,
That was last
week.
Last Tuesday.
The dates?
I think that's a different thing you're talking about. The thing that's by the
It's
Are you
for
talking
the-
about
the pond.
No, for the 6th.
The 6th was last week.
Yeah.
Today is the 12th?
Why wasn't I told?
14th.
Yeah, it was last Tuesday.
Yeah.
But someone said there was something posted down by the town beach, some play or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
Arts
is.
in the Park.
Yeah,
is
I don't
going
know.
on down there, and I don't know what that.
Yeah, I don't know who's sponsoring that.
July 4th
Rec
is
does
still
it
far
every
ahead.
summer.
Okay. that's
We
what's
won't
up.
forget that date.
Okay, anything else? Anybody? Okay. Moving on, the minutes for 5/24.
I make a motion that we approve the public meeting minutes of 5/24 with corrections, please.
I second.
Okay, Stephanie. Yeah. Anybody else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Let it show that
Three.
Paul's excused.
Thank you.
I'll give you a chance to do that. Yeah. He's on. He's-
Underground.
Well, I thought he was, but I don't know. That's what he said he was gonna be.
Okay.
Okay. Public minute session for June 2nd, Friday, 2017.
I make a motion that we approve those with the one minor change of Doug Shute as interim secretary, not the secretary.
You got out of that one. Did I have a second?
I was at a banquet.
That's all fine.
I was second.
Deb, I'll take care of it.
You and me.
No,
Why
where's your
can't
corrections?
Doug
Oh, interim. you did.
Interim secretary.
Okay, I'll take care of that, thank you. Oh, what about the parentheses and the,
That's on the next one.
oh, was it, I got the wrong one.
Wait a minute, I don't know.
No, you
Yeah.
gave me the wrong,
Yeah, the non-public
yeah,
on 6/2.
you gave me the wrong, that's the one you want, that's the one you want to pass me.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the parentheses have to be in there. Okay, I got that though. I'll take care of
Okay.
Is
that.
there a copy of the non-public? You got, or there's, I don't think non-publics are in the
No,
packets,
they're
right?
sealed.
No, he just.
Okay,
They're
they're
sealed.
sealed. Okay.
Then the other one is Tuesday, June 6th, 20.
Did you guys vote? I don't think you voted.
Oh,
Did you?
no, I'm
No.
sorry. Stephanie,
Aye.
Peg,
Aye.
Doug, aye. Yep, 3-0.
Thank you.
Thanks for being so watchful. Okay, now Tuesday, June 6th, 2017.
I make a motion that we accept them with two minor corrections, closing parenthesis, and interim secretary, Doug Shute.
Where's the parentheses? He knows where it is.
Show her, brother.
Oh, no,
I see.
well, that's the set. That's the second.
I'm confused.
So am I, Doug. They were both on the second.
No, there's one.
Oh,
One's the 6th and
Oh,
I
oh.
read you the 6th.
oh, you're right.
So this one is a correction on this other one. The second is the correction there.
Yes, it's the second that's
Yeah,
the correction.
yeah, yeah, okay.
You're right.
Oh.
And then this one's just interim for this.
Yes, yes, yeah, I'll take care of that. I'll do that tomorrow. Did I have a second on that one? I lost track.
Stephanie?
Stephanie, okay. Stephanie?
Yep.
Pam?
Aye.
Yes.
Doug, yes, 3. Okay,
Okay, sorry.
that's fine, that's
I
fine.
didn't even look at the dates.
That's okay, I understand.
You sure?
Earl,
Yes.
you're up.
I'm up. Okay.
Superintendent report.
Good news. We have a new middle high school principal at Newt, Janet Radowitz, and we're very excited. I'm looking at the emails here. I had let the selection committee know, the 15 people in the selection committee, and I'm reading a host of emails where they were very grateful for being part of the selection committee, and they were also very enthusiastic and excited and think great things are ahead for the new middle high school in terms of the choice. It was a fascinating committee. It was made up of students, parents, administration, staff, and Mr. Shute sat in and he was the host and he listened. And we had an extraordinary exchange. We had 6 candidates come meet with the entire 15-person committee. 3 top people were selected. Then it was a great experience. We went into a van with a students, a parent, a staff person, myself, Mr. Shute, and we visited for half a day at each of the 3 folks that were the 3 finalists. And it was extraordinary. And it was very interesting because we were able to get input there from all of the students' parents and the same folks. It was very interesting to see our students interact with their students. And not only did we get a student voice on behalf of what our students were feeling, or our parents were feeling, or our staff was feeling, but in turn we got some real heartfelt ideas and some true things. I admired the people that went on the site team. We went to 3, and it was extraordinary input, and we tried to see what the fit was, and also the fact of the people having a chance to interview us and get a feeling. You know, what was really interesting was that they cared about the candidates and really were concerned that, especially the person that was chosen, they cared about, about all 3. But overtly, it was like parents whose student was going away to college, that they were really concerned about where she was going and that it was a right career move and were we the kind of people in the right setting. So it was interesting because in the site team, it almost felt they were assuredly interviewing us as much as them. Then the school board met with the 3 finalists and a staff person and a student, Caleb Goff, and the head of the association here, Pat Favorite. What we did was, prior to meeting with the school board last week, they had a chance to tour the school and get some further input and insights as they went around to the various sites, and so it went very well. We spent this morning, Jan and myself, she got to meet our assistant principal again, who was actually on the committee, and she met with some of the people, and I gave her
an update on where we were. We talked about where we're going to go, and we're going to be interviewing some openings for staff over the next 2 weeks. And then she's going to be spending more time in the actual school, assuredly more after school ends, because we're going into commencement, and we want to ensure that it's not intrusive for the end of school. So we're very excited, and I can't thank the 15 people on the team enough. It was assuredly we heard their voice, and I think that their voices reflected what the choice was. So I think that I heard from staff, I heard from parents, and everyone felt very secure that the process was really a good one. And I think that all that helps when the person comes, because people feel that they were heard, they were part of the decision, that it was transparent, that it was open, and they had a chance to give their input. So I'd like to thank the board for being supportive and doing a really nice job in the last rung, and we're looking forward to a long relationship and some really exciting things and plans happening for the middle high school. Also, as I said, we are looking at, this is the time of people that might be leaving or looking to move up in their careers. So I will be informing the board as to the plan to fill any positions that might, that might occur as they occur. And I think that any further positions, it certainly is helpful to have that ear and that lens that people have. So I hope we don't have, but any further types of administrative types of positions, I think that the model we use would be well served to do again. So I think that's important. Furthermore, the board is going to be doing some reports on some great work they're doing. Bob is going to be reporting on how we're doing with the new abode. And I'm sure one of the board members will be talking about the ceremony on the 28th. So so I'll thank you.
That's all you have?
Yeah.
Moving on to financial report. So Nate, so I'm reading this right, we're in the hole for $24,240.08.
For the expenses, yes. Yep.
So what happened to that? We thought we anticipated that we were in the positive, not the negative. What happened?
You gotta anticipate revenues as well. It's not just about the expenses. And then we're still spending money in the encumbrances mostly.
But we're not spending anything that we've frozen, and we're okay.
Correct.
So-
Yep. Just the same stuff like the field trips and minor things here and there like field trips and graduation expenses.
That we've allowed.
Yep.
We're gonna allow
And we
that.
have had a few special ed bills trickle in too.
Yeah.
We are closely monitoring it. I am growing some concern, but I'm gonna sit down and really look in detail with it some more tomorrow.
Now,
I have a couple questions.
yeah, go ahead, Peg.
I'm just looking at the elementary and the high school special ed drivers' salaries.
What page are you on here?
I'm sorry, I'm on page 18.
Thank you.
I read backwards. And we're way, way, way over.
Yep, that's another one of the lines that I've highlighted to double check, because you're right, that doesn't even look right.
Way out of whack.
18 and 25 doesn't even make any sense.
With these, I mean, these 4 students who came in, are we driving them to out of placement? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but if we were, it wouldn't be coming out of that line. It would be coming out of 2711 function. And as
Okay.
you can see, we've got 15,000, just over 15,000, just over 10,000 in those lines.
Isn't there that one student still going to Conway? 2?
As far as I know,
Yeah,
yes.
so that could be expensive.
But that's, we already knew about that student, so that should have been
Right.
in the budget.
So if that's the case, then technically speaking, then special ed is over by $350,000.
Yep.
Because if you go back to page 8, it's 311 there. And you got at least 25 on page 6.
Yeah, the function altogether.
So it's well over what, should be more than 350, probably what, 375? Because of special ed?
Yep.
Wow. So it'll be
Now,
adding-
a lot of these encumbrances, because we only have 2 more weeks, we're going to be looking at a lot of these encumbrances we'll be able to close out
And bring down? you
and bring
think?
down, yes.
So we may be okay.
So we may be, yeah.
Even better.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
It's a little misleading still because of all the encumbrances, but again, I'm going to spend most of my time tomorrow
Okay, all right.
closing what we can.
Does anybody else have any questions for Nate? Or
Yeah, I'm just looking, elementary sped on page 5, contracted services. I'm not sure what that is, but,
The elementary sped contracted service line, you said?
yes.
That's the partner program.
So we did not budget for that
Correct.
at all?
Correct.
Okay, so,
But we should have, by doing that, we should have recouped savings someplace else.
We
Right.
are.
Yeah,
Most of it you're not seeing.
until we get to the revenue end.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
But this year it's in there.
This upcoming year.
For next year, yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yep.
Yeah, so there's many
wow.
proactive
Yeah. And I'm just
plans.
looking at all these lines that are so far over.
There's many proactive plans in place to work at this conscientiously for next year.
Elementary summer school salaries on page 3.
Yep, that's from ESY, extended school year.
Now, do we budget higher this year, I hope, or what?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yep.
But we're also looking at the IDA grant.
Yeah, we're actually looking into having all of ESY taken out of the IDEA grant for the summer.
Middle sped tutor salaries on page 4. I mean, it's all under special ed.
Yep.
But
Tutors are the ABA tutors that coincide with the partner program. And as you can see, as it has been in the past few months, it really is concentrated in special ed.
oh yeah,
I mean, you look at the other lines, you look at regular ed, we're underspent $63,000.
but I'm just looking at, even their benefits. I mean, high school sped teachers dental, high school sped support health, middle sped teachers health.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of control over that. Keep in mind, in October of last year, we developed this budget based on current situation,
Staff and whatever.
yeah, exactly. And so that changes every year.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything else for me?
Sorry, I just,
No, that's fine. Stephanie, you have anything? You all set? So, all right, moving on. Monthly revenue report, any questions?
yeah, how do we get more revenue?
You can put Nate outside with a lemonade stand.
Yeah, there you go, over tin cans selling pencils or something.
Come on, I'm sure the Wi-Fi works all the way to the street.
You can work while I sell lemonade.
Yes.
Uh,
Well, we know Earl's not gonna sell.
If it was coffee,
he'll be
maybe.
drinking.
Actually,
Hot chocolate or coffee, yeah.
Job for you.
That's right.
You're the best customer.
Wear that shirt.
We're the church.
So, are we all set on the grant revenue?
Oh, that was just the regular
Grant
revenue.
overview, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Treasurer's report?
How about the grant overview?
No questions?
He likes to skip over stuff.
I know.
I
He's
did ask.
afraid I'm gonna ask
The
questions.
grant.
Did you have any questions?
I don't have any questions.
Peg?
Do you have any questions, Peg?
How do we get more grant money?
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
We have
Right.
Jen working on that.
Oh, good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Treasurer's report? I'll need a motion and a second to accept.
I will move to accept the treasurer's report.
I will second.
Okay. All right. Stephanie?
Aye.
Peg?
Aye.
Doug, aye. Abstain? Noes? No. Okay. Cash reconciliation?
Looks good. Step comes to 0.
And it matches the treasurer's report.
You wouldn't
No.
see it if it did. If
What?
it didn't match, you wouldn't be seeing it.
I wouldn't be seeing it.
No.
Just a quirk.
That's why sometimes it's a little late. It's because it doesn't match.
Oh, I see.
Typically, it's like something easy, like a voided check or something.
Okay, but it looks like it's perfect this time.
Yep.
Around the penny. Food service operating costs?
You know I like that. How much do parents owe now?
We should
11,000?
probably get off that train a
Get
little
off.
bit.
So how are we doing? We budgeted?
Nate?
Are we doing good?
Overall,
Yeah,
we're about where we should be. We're
No.
we're doing a little bit better than we should be.
Did
okay.
you see in Rochester, a grandmother donated a bunch of money to pay off the
No.
unpaid?
So
I
we
heard it
tried
was.
to say,
All I heard was
Grandma.
anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a,
How much was the bill?
I don't know, but that's
pick them all up?
nationwide. There's been several stories of people just donating because they don't want the kids to.
The kids shouldn't be going hungry though. We should be
Right.
taking care of them.
It was moving toward $3,000.
I'm sorry,
It
what?
was moving toward $3,000.
Okay, thank you.
In Rochester, in the.
It was really interesting. One of the visitations we did, and I don't know, if all of us were kind of spread out at times. I don't know if Doug was part of that. But one of the visitations, and I had never seen this before, was they were actually not losing money and they were doing their own. And you would not have believed that lunch. In fact, I wanted to know if we could come back again for lunch. You know, it was like choices. It looked, you know, it was unbelievable. Do you recall that, Doug? The first day when we had lunch.
At Salem?
Yeah.
No, I must not have
That
been.
was the one.
I was just amazed what I saw. I probably missed that. I think I missed that, Earl.
But you didn't miss lunch.
Oh, no, I didn't miss that.
Oh dear. Okay.
Alright, what's next?
The cafeteria was, the kids that were in the cafeteria was our whole school population at that time,
Mm.
time we were eating. Okay, activity statement report?
Yeah, I've got questions. I know in the past we've had money left in all of the prior classes,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it's a zero. Where did it all go?
Well, I think,
There was a couple of meetings ago that Scott had worked on and they had donated it or something.
Okay, so he did contact
working on that,
somebody.
yeah.
Where was
Yeah.
it donated?
It was donated to help defray the softball field.
Oh, okay, all right,
Because what
awesome.
had happened was, we had gotten to a point where the committee was down X amount of dollars. And our students were trying to put on spaghetti dinners and sell T-shirts and do all kinds of
Oh,
things.
that's a good thing.
And it was the same kids that are trying to do everything toward the end of the, toward
Yep.
not too long left. So they were very fortunate that somebody came forth. But during it, I think we were able to secure like probably $3,000 or so.
Yeah, no, there was not much
Yeah.
in there, but I just remember the
But there was a
asking,
little,
asking about it, and
from each of them.
yeah, you had to
know.
go back to somebody in each one of the classes and
Yep.
see if it was okay, so. I'm
So
glad it
it
went
came
somewhere
at a
good.
good time because it looked like there was like $12,000 or more that had to be raised, and you had to sell a lot of spaghetti and T-shirts to get that.
All right,
all set on that one?
Yeah.
thank you.
Now, do we need to vote on this holiday schedule, or that's it?
No, typically in the past, you've just been informational.
Okay. Everybody seen that?
Yep.
Now, whose holiday schedule is this, ours?
Yes, for
Next
next
year.
year.
I say
So
you're
we get,
64.
so we get Memorial Day off? Oh,
Well, maybe you don't where you are, but we do
They
here.
always get Memorial Day off.
that's just us, that, the school board?
No, you still have to work.
Never mind, it's okay.
Okay. Okay, moving on to 6, school board business. Bob, you're up.
Okay. Payment house.
Yes.
You want to know the balance or remaining, or back up a little bit and just let you know what was completed?
Give them you're on tape, so go ahead.
All right, we'll start from the top. In phase 1, we had the fire alarm system. That work is complete and approved by our local fire department. We had the security system. That work is complete. We had the fob access or keyless entry for the house. And as of this time, all of the hardware is completed, and the only thing outstanding there is just the software piece, get that integrated. So that'll be done within the next week or so. We had in phase 1 as well, all the interior wall finishes, doors, painting, all of that work that needed to be done. There's just a little bit of baseboard left that remains out of that work. In phase 1, we also had electrical work, which included emergency lights and exit signage and adding in the extra power outlets that we would need. That work was completed until I actually wrestled with getting everything into the data closet that I needed to, so I need to add one more outlet in that closet. In phase 2, moving on, that included all the flooring work. All the flooring has been completed. It included raising the boiler down cellar to help protect from it flooding out when the heavy rains run through there, which is almost a continuous thing. So that's complete. We also had the phone system with Nathan and I have actually shared. I'm working on the hardware piece of that, and Nathan with the cutover of all of our phone numbers. And so that work is all in play and scheduled to be complete on June 29th, which is our move-in date of Damon. All of the network wiring was also included in that. That work was complete, and as we looked at finalizing which function would be where in the building, we're probably gonna run 2 additional wires in that, and there's capacity in the data closet to do that. So that'll finish that up when we do that. IT included moving things like the fiber optics in the building. That particular work, although coordinated by our current IT service, is a piece that needed to be outsourced, and that work has been completed. So all our internet access right now connects all the way to every existing port within the building now that we added in. So let's see, outstanding from there, we just have I mentioned baseboard, finishing the kitchen floor, putting its finish on. The bathroom's been complete, it needs its fixtures reinstalled. And what else out of that? Oh, and then we have just one more cabinet that would be for office supplies, which is either a build or a buy, that would be in the kitchen area. I think that's it.
Now, is that line that we have to run, was on your list originally, that for that?
No.
We still, you and I gotta do that.
Yeah, so we just figured to do that.
Another line we have to run into the office where Sue and Kathy will be seated for the desk for someone.
Yeah.
So we'll take care of that.
So what else? I think, all the locks are updated, so that was part of the build out that Doug and I had worked on. So all the locks have been all updated as well. I think that's it.
Sorry, we're smelling barbecuing over
Fine.
here.
Huh?
We're smelling something coming through the
I
window.
can't
Totally
smell
not
barbecuing.
listening to
Oh, yeah.
anything.
We're not listening to
I'm
anything.
taking notes, honest, but
Thinking food.
Spare ribs and all that.
That's just your surprise stuff.
Oh, it's my surprise.
Can I?
Of course you can.
Thanks. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you to you, Bob. And I think it's important to note that there's a few people that have been volunteering their time to help defray the costs. And I just think that it's pretty amazing all the hard work that they've done. And that's Mr. Shu and his wife. And have you been,
Yeah,
Peg?
okay.
Not me. I haven't been invited to the parties, but that's okay because I don't really like manual labor anyways. But I just think it's incredible, and I think that when people are complaining about, you know, all this financial stuff, they have to understand that there are a lot of people who are volunteering and giving their time and going above and beyond to try to save the most that they possibly can. So I think
Yeah, it is quite a bit because you figure all of the construction and painting, all of
Mhm.
that was material cost only. And we didn't pay for, some general manager to manage the whole project.
right.
So there was considerable savings there.
But I would also want to say to that, certain talents were needed to do those projects, but also I have board members that are doing other projects with their talents that would not be done, and that's Lou's ceremony, okay? And I'm not involved in it. There's other people on this board, Peg,
Yeah.
Stephanie,
Laura.
Laura,
And I know
Don't
that
anybody-
you don't like, I know you don't like the spotlight, Doug, but over the last several years, you have saved a significant amount of money by going and doing work that you don't need to do. It's not your
But it-
job to do it, and you have gone above and beyond, and I think it's important for people to realize that. Part of me also feels that you can't keep expecting things for free. So when you see a line
Yeah.
going up on certain things, they don't necessarily understand that for years they've had someone doing it for free. Although you're very young and what's the word, nimble now, you're not going to be able to do this forever.
that's true.
And so at some point, and we can't keep expecting, in the softball field, it's been amazing. It was a whole community, what am I,
Effort.
effort, thank you. But we can't just always expect to get these things for free.
You're right.
And costs are rising and we have to be willing to meet those.
But it's not just me, it's all of us. We're in this all together.
You do the dirty work.
No.
Yeah.
We love it.
I don't
We
mind
need, we need
winning.
brains out there somewhere, and people are doing that part. Go ahead, Larry.
But on that, wearing a hat and a half, when the budget committee starts working more in September, there will be one wonderful advantage of not dealing with the computation and the irritations of the 43.57% administrative, but also in terms of those lines, to make sure that there's someone who can speak clearly to what Stephanie has been saying that we've been getting for free. That's one hat. The second half hat is in terms of the planning board, which has been legally constituted as the CIP committee, which I have been mildly delegated to bring to the attention of the school board for its participation in the major capital improvement projects, because the CIP committee then reports to the planning board, which then reports to the budget committee in terms of its recommendation for those. I think it's basically $20,000 and a long-term use of over 3 years. That's not part of the regular operating budget, and not something like the replacement of the school bus on a regular cycle. But I'm sure that the things have been working so nicely in terms of the cross-sharing of ideas, that even though you may not have CIP projects, if there's someone from the school board who could tell the CIP that, so that they were more at ease. Because basically what they're trying to do is get about $500,000 in warrants year by year by year by year, so that nobody gets a hit.
Mhm.
Thank you.
It's a good idea.
Yes, okay. I guess Bob's given his report. We don't need to keep him for the rest of the night, but I'd like to have him, I think the tree's been planted for Luke.
Correct.
Yeah. What was it?
It's flowering, what, cherry was it?
What is it?
We've
Oh,
got a snapshot of it.
Yeah.
I
Is
do
it
have
weeping or
something
is
to ask him before he leaves.
It's a tree that would grow to be like about 14, 16 feet wide and probably 18 to 20 high.
Mhm.
So it fits the other three that are there.
okay.
And then actually I used that tree for inspiration on how to trim the other three that are already
Oh,
there.
good.
You know, so those got tweaked a little bit today too. So,
Thank you.
so I think, Peg, that was like the same view like you had
Yep.
going in there.
Okay. And yeah, that was
Yeah.
cleaned.
Yeah, and then
The tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's the new tree there with the two posts holding it up.
It looks more like a Kwanzaa cherry.
Yeah, so it's supposed to bloom. It probably
All
won't.
right, all
It probably
right.
won't flower this.
Sorry.
Probably won't flower this summer.
No,
But it
because
will
it goes
flower
up.
next.
It's going up, but
Yep.
the flowering ones
Yeah.
shum,
Cool.
droop way
So
down.
it's like a
Yeah.
maroonish
Kinda
color leaf.
Yeah.
on it?
Yeah. it
I think
is.
one of those other ones on the other side has kind of
Yeah.
that color too, right?
Looks
Yeah,
good.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Excellent. And that was donated by Cameron's. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. It was, and the town actually dug the hole.
Yes, that's
So
right.
Hi,
Paul
my-
Smith.
My big responsibility on that boiled down to watering the tree. So I get off pretty easy on that one.
Well, cleaning up the area so we can put the bench
Yeah.
in there too, because that
It's-
was
Yeah, you can't quite see
No.
that in this.
no. But just looking at those rocks, Bob,
Yeah.
the next phase
Yeah.
is kind of a waterfall of those rocks.
Yeah, we want a waterfall.
Did you swing down there like today or anything? Or, like,
I did yesterday, but
Oh,
not
okay.
today. So I just saw the cover over the big hole for the tree. So
Yep, okay.
I'll just swing by tomorrow.
I have something else before Bob leaves.
Go ahead.
So now that I have buttered you up by praising you, you really have done a really good job on
Here it
this.
comes.
She's trained in that.
Yeah. So I heard from some parents
Mhm.
that the elementary school kids were not allowed to play on the field.
That's not true.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
It depends on how you describe the field. What they were allowed to play on was infield,
okay.
okay, the stone dust, and not on the turf. So that's where people were saying, I want to be on the grass. Probably is what's
Okay.
around town.
So can I ask, so this has been a pet peeve of mine
Mhm.
going into this and with the town field.
Mhm.
I feel like there's so much money that goes into these fields, and then all of a sudden it's, oh, we're only allowing the baseball or the softball teams to play on it, and then no one else can use it. I understand it's not my expertise on how to keep a field, but it was clearly asked in the prep for this that the elementary school was also going to be able to use this.
Mhm.
So is this just a right now? Is this...
Can I?
Oh,
Let me back up.
Yep.
If I go all the way back to last fall, and if we walk all the way to the time when the grass actually died, everyone's lawn died, that all of that turf was looking really good. Okay, had really good growth. So our expectation is that when it started growing again in the spring, that we'd be able to play softball on it, and we'd also we'd actually be able to use the field for regular play, which is our original plan.
Okay.
If you recall this spring, we had a brief warm-up,
Mm-hmm.
followed by more snow.
Mm-hmm.
It killed about 35 to 40% of our lawn. So now we had to plant new seed. We had to put in growth fertilizer instead of more of a flourishing room fertilizer, and be meticulous about how we use the field. So we only allowed softball, and they wouldn't have been on it either if they had an alternate field. Okay, but they did play on it only for that. So if we come up to just recently, last week, when we wanted to have field day for 2 days, I had said that we could use the infield portion, which is what we had done. And we did that for the 2 days with the different groups. What we've seen is that the new grass is growing well, and I'm going to let it grow rather than cut it like I usually do for play. Okay, and that's in order to build up the root system. All right, Fred and I need to fertilize it one more time to help them to hold on at this point in time with the new grass growing, and then keep watering it all summer. In the fall, our expectation is all that will be contiguous, then it'll all come together.
Wow.
So our fingers are crossed that in the fall, we'll be able to get on it to do whatever we want to do, which was what we were originally expecting was going to be the spring based on how it grew last year.
All right. That's really good info.
Yeah.
I feel like, because even though it's great that we're televised, I'm sure there's a handful of people that watch this, so they'll hear this. I feel like this is the kind of stuff that could be put on a website. Some kind of newsletter on a website that says, hey, let's hit it off before there's any negativity. Because there was a lot of negativity going into this, unfortunately. People were questioning, and people were criticizing, and people were thinking someone was in it for, contracts and all of this stuff. So we had to clear all of that up.
Sure.
and it was really clear. This was not just going to be for softball. This was for the kids. All this stuff. So I feel like this is, and I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying this is the type of communication I'm talking about. If that full statement went out, explained just like that, then there's very few people that can complain about it. Are there going to be a couple? Yes, but that makes sense. It's understandable. The future goal is right there. This is what we're doing. And I feel like by not communicating that out to the to the broader audience, it just leaves people to speculate. And they just did, and so there's so many of these instances where I think that it would be great if we had a solid website where this kind of stuff is on the website and people could see it, and maybe, if there was more stuff on the website like this, people would be going to the website to get information instead of complaining on Facebook.
Right. Yeah, because in this situation, you're right, it wasn't anything that was posted outside. It was a decision that I made.
Yeah.
And I sent an email to both school administrators so that they understood
Right.
that field was ultimately had like 2 more games of softball to be played on it, and it would not be used
Right.
until this fall.
Right.
Now,
So-
there's other times of the year that you cannot go on it. Early in the spring, after the winter, to see what the water is. Is that not right?
Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah.
You gotta wait and view it.
Yep,
And then you can't go on it when you fertilize it. Is that right?
yep, it's gonna be, for sure, it's gonna be a case by case. What we found is left field drains better. So once that all fills in, it didn't have as much loss as right field did in center. So I mean, we can use a section of it. I mean, the field day activity easily fit in what we were trying to do. So we can manage parts of the field too, under certain conditions.
Yeah. Now, I know in school district I came from, there's a great big huge field between the middle school and the elementary. And when I first started working there, it was just all the kids. Elementary, middle school, taking up the whole field. Well, then they had no place to play field hockey, soccer, and so they actually started cultivating, if you want to use that word, the field for sports because they had no place else to play. And we were all upset because we couldn't take our kids out. But then, like 2 years later, when it was established, yes, then we could start going out. But, they were just areas that had the soccer goals and everything. And it was just try to stay away from there when we did. But, so I totally understand the waiting for the grass to grow and
Just
No.
just
Be-
comes down to communication.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's just, I think we are a small town. I think word travels quickly when there's hubbub going. And it's not just this. I think when other things come up, I think it's better to put out clear expectations with, this is what happened, this is why, this is our future goal. Or, so this is the whole story, not just let people speculate, because that's what they do. And then travels, and then it changes each time someone tells someone else, the story changes, and before you know it, Bob Adams is just a mean old ogre.
Doesn't want anyone on that green grass.
I don't blame you.
He wants it all to himself. I've seen him on it on Saturday and Sundays.
Now, the other,
Barbecuing.
Yeah.
now, the other thing we need to think of as a board is us putting a porta potty there
Oh, great idea.
next
They
year.
can just come use my bathroom if they want.
Well,
Well, that's on tape.
you're gonna charge?
Yes, it could be a new revenue.
It's all right for you.
Right, we'll get a
So
porta
please
potty
be aware
only
that-
if we charge.
Right now, that's being donated, and also we're gonna have to do upkeep on that ball field. Now, next year, the routes should be established.
Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully, I mean,
Yeah,
that crazy weather this spring.
yeah,
just
so we should be looking.
Yeah, it did that on other people's lawns too.
Yeah. That's what Fred said.
Yeah.
Remember him saying that.
widespread.
Now, I took Earl, we went down and talked to Karen, and then we got the story, and then I talked to Bob, and then I went and talked to Mr. Sherrill, and told him what was going on about that ball field. So Mr. Sherrill knows what's going on with that ball field.
Well, I just want to make it clear that that was not who I got information from. I get my information from community.
Well,
So that's what I'm trying to help better is the community PR, the public relations.
Bob should have a
So-
flag and run the flag up, green, red, or yellow,
There you go.
Yeah.
for the ball field. Now, did I remember it right that someone donated money for a scoreboard?
I don't know about that.
Oh, I mean, take that, delete that.
What's a scoreboard, huh?
Never
What?
mind. We'll have to wait. Okay.
Bob will only allow that to be used at certain times too.
Yeah. Did anybody else say, Bob, you
You can
could,
only use it if we're ahead.
Only if it's named Bob Adams Ball
Okay.
Field.
We only keep score if we win.
Yeah, there you
Thanks,
go.
Bob.
so
Thank
Bob,
you,
I guess
Bob.
you could go. Now you've been praised and
Yep.
Beat
Boy.
up and
But well, actually, so you're gonna work on that communication thing,
Absolutely.
right? We're gonna have a great website someday that has information that I can actually find instead
Absolutely.
Oh,
We're
wait a
gonna
minute.
have
of clicking on 5,000 buttons and still not being able to find anything.
thank you, Bob.
I will
Yeah.
talk about
You're
that.
on it?
absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Don't you
Thanks,
like
Bob.
my idea? Like we can have a.
Okay, moving on.
This is a good communication. She brings up good points.
I never
It's
said she,
actually important.
I
I'm
never
sorry,
said-
the type
No.
of tree it was.
don't turn that page over. That's school bids.
She's
I'm
done with
watching
it.
you. Nothing wrong with what you ladies said.
Thank you.
I listen.
Thanks.
Thank you, Bob.
Moving on to school bids. Now, I want to make sure we get this right. Up to, or that's the amount we're going to need?
I'm confused.
You mean
What do you mean the
bus?
school bid?
Bus?
Bus. So we're
School-
buying a bus.
This is the bus for 2018.
To buy. We have to buy a bus.
To lease, actually. I think
Oh,
it is.
to lease.
Yeah.
Now it says Milton Wakefield School District on the top. Are we doing just Milton or?
Yes. It's not June 30th yet.
Okay, but I
Well, it'll
mean,
be gone soon.
This is letterhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, only.
Seen it before.
okay.
I make a motion to go with W.C. Cressy and Son for $82,600.
Now, we don't have to do that up to thing without any problem like we do with the trustees? Okay, all right, I need a second.
I'll second it. Can we have some discussion?
Oh, we should discuss the way.
All right. I guess that is definitely the lowest bid.
I'm going based on his recommendation.
Okay.
It is the lowest bid.
Well,
but
it's
that's
a
what I was
purchase, but he's saying a purchase, not a lease.
Oh.
So which $82,600 to me is
I
awfully
tru-
expensive for
I
a
trust
lease.
him. I don't know if I trust me. He
I
looks
wouldn't trust
tired
me.
tonight.
That wouldn't trust me either.
So,
So is it a purchase? I mean,
He doesn't know.
so what do we do? Hold
Well,
on.
it's
Call
still that
Tim.
price.
Well, it says purchase up here too,
Okay.
not lease.
And I
Yeah.
remember it as a purchase.
I mean, that just seems awfully
Could
high
be.
for a
Okay.
lease.
But
Well-
my motion didn't say either word. My motion
No,
just
no,
said
but
to
my
go
question,
with
all
W.C.
right,
Cressy.
but my question is for
Would you have a-
$82,000, what are we getting besides the bus? I
She
mean,
didn't
how's the
say
service,
that. She
how's the
said
this,
go
how's
with
the
it.
that?
For
If we're
that
purchasing the
Do you have one
bus,
of those
it's
annual
Right.
booklets?
up to
with
us, so.
No, I did not.
I feel
Okay.
that
Yeah, what?
Are they kept here anywhere?
What?
The booklets?
It? It might be.
I didn't bring it.
I wouldn't know where though.
Larry would.
we can trust Tim did his homework and he's
I trust his word too.
identifying the.
Okay, I mean, I heard the word lease, I saw the word purchase, expensive for lease. So I was just questioning.
What does
May
say?
all.
always causes issues.
Hmm?
On
May
purpose.
always causes
I'll do it on
issues.
purpose.
Just to give us some spark.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead with it, board? or-
Whatever.
Purchase, yeah.
Okay. Is that what you want to do, Stephanie?
Yep. Well, I didn't say either word, so I make a motion to go with W.C. Cressy.
For the
For the bus.
For
For the bus.
For acquiring a bus.
For acquiring a bus.
Acquiring a bus, one way or another. Jeez.
Okay. Stephanie?
I made the motion.
Big?
Aye.
Doug, aye.
Did
Okay.
you second it?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I
For
wrote it down, yeah.
discussion,
For discussion.
No, abstain, okay. All right. Field trips.
Well, we better approve this one since they're all set to go. I make a
the
motion.
24th, and I'm paid, so
I
better
make
be
a
going.
motion to approve the trip to Puerto Rico if I can go for free. I'm kidding.
It's only 6 days. Oh my.
They leave Saturday. I'll be back on Friday.
I second it.
I just have one question. I
My
noticed,
daughter's.
what was that?
My daughter's going.
Oh, is she? I thought I saw her name on there. That Jackson Woodman is from Wells High School?
Yes, there is one kid from
Wells. I just meant that. For a minute, I got confused by seeing
I
that.
think his parent might be in the community.
Oh, I see, okay. I have no problem with it, just my
We're
question.
supposed to be
Because
saying names.
That's
Well,
They're
we
right
had, 'cause
here.
when we had the meeting, because the parent was there.
Oh, good.
So I'm assuming he's from. That's how the parent found
Well,
out about it.
as many kids as they want, I was just
Three,
curious.
four,
I got a little confused when I read
only
Wells.
5 kids.
Any more discussion?
No.
Bioluminescent.
But this
Oh,
should
wow.
probably be brought to the school board way ahead of time next time. Just
Well, I guess my question.
because
I mean,
we really can't say no at this point.
But are they asking us for any money?
No.
No, the kids
And
are all
it's beyond.
paid.
It's beyond school.
Why didn't this come sooner, though? Really?
So
don't
why would
know.
it come to the school
I think
board?
it
We've
still
been-
has to come
we
because
started-
there's a policy that school boards
We
have
started
to
paying on it
approve
last
the
May.
trips.
We've been paying on it for a year.
Have you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's overnight, right?
Yes,
And it's
But if
outside the
it's
state or something
not-
like
During the school year.
but it's
It was
still-
supposed to be during
this-
May vacation, and they messed up the travel agency messed up the schedule, so they couldn't go during school, so they pushed it to the week after school got out.
And even if it's not traveled during school year, it's still being gone on as a school
that.
trip.
Activity.
Function.
It's not that this teacher is doing it on her own time.
Right.
I mean, she probably is, but she's going under being a new teacher.
It probably was supposed to come to us the last meeting.
All right, so yes, we voted or no?
You
Peg?
didn't vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Doug, yes. No, abstain. Okay, yep, there you go.
Thank heavens.
I
Have a good
make
time.
a motion to approve the New York City trip for 2018.
I will second that one.
Okay, any discussion?
We give them money, don't we?
I think
They're
she
not asking.
I think she asked you.
She requests that later, yeah.
Yeah, later. Okay.
That was that confusion. Remember, you're like, I thought we already talked about this.
Right.
I think it's later she asked it again.
Okay.
So we all set on this one?
Yep.
Okay, all those in favor? Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. No, opposed, abstained. Okay, they can go.
Good, I get to go.
You going on that one?
I'm not on that one.
Alright.
No, okay, all right. What was I thinking about
She raises her own money and goes with a bunch of children. She doesn't.
That aren't mine.
here? Okay, we got policies. This will be our second reading. Let me read them just out loud. Do we want to do them all at once? Because this will be our
Yes,
second.
all at once, please.
Okay, ACA, procedural safeguards, non-discrimination on the basis of handicap and disability. BED, G-R, access to minutes and public records. EBBC, emergency care and first aid. EEA, student transportation services with the EEAA, video and audio records on school property.
Should have asked Bob about that, the sign thing.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
So we should
I'll bring it
write
up
that
to him
down.
I
again.
did mention it to him, so he's aware.
He's aware of it, we gotta do that, okay, all right. I'll put that down again, and signs for video, okay. I will do that also. EF, food service management. GBCD, background investigation and criminal records check. GCQ, non-renewal, termination, and dismissal of certified staff. IHBA-R, procedural safeguards for children with disabilities. IHBAA, evaluation requirements for children with specific learning disabilities. And that's the second reading for these,
I move that we accept them all
with change, with
with the changes, whatever.
Weren't
Or
you looking
updates?
into this criminal record thing check thing?
It's for
Questions, right?
employment.
Okay.
I think we're looking, we were trying, we need
Well, there
to
was that
talk
one you
about
were
the one.
supposed
yeah,
to-
I didn't know.
Parent, volunteers.
Yeah.
I second.
Okay, Peg and Stephanie. Okay, all those in favor? Oh, yeah, no,
Aye.
sorry.
What?
Stephanie,
Aye.
Peg,
Aye.
Doug, aye. Noes, abstains, they all pass.
Okay, I guess I have a question, just looking through the minutes. Sorry, Stephanie.
Which
But
one?
the one that we talked about last time with the students graduating or marching with only 20 credits?
The Milton's, the
The
Pullman or
20s and the
whatever.
24s.
Right.
Yeah.
Was there a policy? Is there a policy?
No, we gotta make a policy.
Okay, there is no policy.
But we do have a draft.
Wait, no. All we had to do was change the wording.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. So we don't need to make a new policy.
But where's the,
It's not in this packet.
It's not in this packet.
okay.
They gotta bring it for the first and second
So,
reading.
right, so we need to
All right,
change
because
the wording of
graduation-
that policy.
We
Graduation is this Friday.
We
so-
took
had
care of
already-
that.
All right.
We already
Took care of that.
Okay.
approved them.
That'll go
this year.
forward, and then the
Okay.
policy
Work
committee
on
will bring
policy.
that
Great.
policy with a change.
That one and the discipline action for
Yes,
physical aggression.
correct. You are right. Now, the other question, on old business, I have a question. We have a vacancy on our board. Does the board want to, we got two candidates. Does the board want to extend it to a longer date or deal with it tonight?
I don't know, I would say extend it for just 2, maybe? I
For-
don't know,
For a month? It's gonna have to be a month,
okay,
because the 28th, we're gonna cancel,
okay.
because I lose. Is that your feeling, Stephanie, too?
No.
No,
But I
what-
guess for Paul to be here, I suppose. But no one's knocking down the doors to get on this.
Well, we have two people that are knocking.
Correct. I meant to extend it. The only reason I would see is not necessarily for more people to come. Would be for Paul to be here and be part of the decision.
So we would want to extend it to the July 12th, definitely, 27 meeting,
July 12th meeting?
12th of, 2017, because we're going
Oh,
to,
2017, I'm sorry.
what did I say?
You said it, but I didn't hear the 20,
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Nancy says that all the time about me.
She doesn't hear the 20?
No, I think too fast and speak faster.
Okay.
Okay. So the board's in agreement doing that?
Yeah, I think we should wait for Paul.
Okay. Uh-oh. Is that Earl?
No, it's not Earl tonight.
Oh, okay. Do I have any committee or board member reports?
Just one thing, I don't know if we can if we can do something with the town website, but at the Board of Selectmen's meeting, they were talking about, and they have people looking into, they have one guy, this David person, who is actually looking at creating a friendly website for them. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think ours is very friendly either.
No, I agree. But this is a brand new website that's supposed to be amazing. I don't know. I've been asking this for years, but right now you're gonna get the wrath of it.
Yeah, we're gonna address it.
I need you to communicate to your peeps and make it better. You're on it. Which means
Okay.
you'll tell Nate.
All right, so Earl, you are on.
I know. I trust you. I'm sure you have people somewhere that can fix it up,
She doesn't trust
jazz
you.
it up.
He has enough on it.
Let's
for
just,
that.
this
I think
is what we
she's
need to
trying
do.
say.
We need to look at, I hate reinventing the wheel. Let's look at a couple other websites of maybe some, better performing schools and just look at them and then do what they do.
We did try that, and the websites they had were state of the art, so they were expensive.
Okay.
I agree with you. We had high hopes for this website, and it's been a pretty big letdown.
Well, then that would be perfect to look at and go into budget season saying this is why. Like, this is the intent, this is what we've put out for, we tried going with the lowest bidder, I guess, or whatever. We're still having major issues. We've seen what we could, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
this
We
is.
could address this as a totality, and as we ascertain the different staffing for next year and where things fall, we might be able to make some determinations on, the board can make some determinations if indeed we want to look at even this year where we are in terms of the financial outlook, but assuredly, we're going to have to invest something in order to get something. So I think we'll be in a better position in July and August to really see where all of the staffing, most of the staffing comes in, and we can make a determination, and Nate can work up some numbers, and just like we've done in other situations, we can make a decision. But I'll come back with some options.
Good.
How's that sound?
Fine.
That we can really do and that are sustainable.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Now, on June 28th, we're gonna cancel that meeting?
I
Yes.
make a motion to
To
cancel
cancel
that.
And I will
meeting.
second that.
Okay, and Peg, okay, yeah. And that is, we're gonna have a celebration for Lou, and dedication, and would you ladies like to say again what's gonna be done so that,
Well, the public is welcome. I believe it's gonna be at the new cafeteria
Starting at Damon House.
starting.
Yes, please, thank you. She said it, I didn't.
Ladies,
Oh, well, I know, but I mean,
You've
if people
talked
show
so
up at
much.
I
noon,
believe, ladies,
She talks about Earl.
Earl, get in the middle, please. Go ahead, Stephanie. What time does it start?
And where?
I believe it begins at 5 for people to start arriving, which is why I said the new cafeteria for people to come in, drop off what they are bringing, because we are asking people to bring something, gather as a crowd, then as a group we will go to the Damon House to do a small ceremony. Then we will go back to the cafeteria. We will have some refreshments. We will have maybe some sharing of stories, and that will be that.
Okay,
So it starts at 5 to start gathering. I believe the ceremony part at the Damon House will begin at 5:30. So if people would like to, there will be refreshments. We're just asking people to maybe bring something to share, like a potluck kind of deal.
So I have a motion and a second on the table to cancel June 28th. Stephanie?
Aye.
Peg?
Absolutely.
Doug, yes. So it's no's, abstained, 3-0. June 28th has been canceled, and like the lady said, we will have a celebration. for the-
And the next meeting is July 12th.
And I
Correct.
won't be at that meeting. I'll be in Utah.
Yeah, she's skipping out.
We're in the Puerto Rico.
Yeah, she is.
I'm not going to Puerto Rico. My daughter is.
Oh.
I'm
So we have to
going
find
nowhere.
somebody to take minutes on.
You have to find someone to take minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, do I have any, any more committee or board member reports? Larry?
The other way of doing it is to have the board meet, and the business of the board will be to hold the celebration of remembrance. That way you're covered for being together as a board. Going backward,
That will be our
if you
meeting.
could check in with the town administrator. There is going to be a 3-part presentation by website providers for
Wait a
the
minute.
town. And I'm sure.
Wait, Larry.
Motorcycle's loud.
Okay,
I'm
try
sorry.
again.
Sorry.
3-part.
There will be a 3-vendor presentation for the town's website, and I'm sure that the school district could piggyback on that.
Yeah, maybe we can get a deal.
Very
We both
easily.
go in.
And the gentleman who was David, I
Right in the
misremember, K.
Nice drummer, David.
Drummer, is a Boston competent web designer and computer expert, and with a certain 91A issue that the town had, he was the technical expert who was able to verify the condition of email messages. And he has provided his services at basically a pro bono cost for what the town needs.
Mm.
That's nice.
Yeah, he's moved to this area, and he's primarily based out of Portsmouth, I think he said. So
And
he's
also,
trying to get some business
If
around
you need a Christmas tree
here.
on Thurston Road, plan ahead.
Sure.
He also sells Christmas trees.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
Perfect.
that. But he's trying to get some business back up here too, so,
Okay.
and I,
Sounds like we got some options.
Definitely.
It mentioned
Good work,
Exciting.
Larry.
Good thing I brought it up and talk a lot.
well, it's a good thing I brought up about the town website, looking at the website.
Why
So
did you
thank you,
look at
Larry,
me?
for jumping in.
Yes.
Why are you looking at Laura?
Because
Shows
I
it
believe
in the
someone.
minutes.
I believe there was a comment of I talk too much.
I didn't
No, I
hear
said
that.
you talk a lot. You talked a lot tonight, more than you normally do.
Oh.
So that wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad
Earl's
thing.
usually the one.
Yeah, you took a break tonight.
All right. Are we moving on?
Yes, we are. We don't want nothing.
Is that
more.
your only public comment, Larry?
That if it just process and standards. Does your policy on 20 versus 24 graduates include any proviso for that the district has or has not or chooses to have a tuition and attendance, what do you call it, attendance reimbursement component? And if the person has been in a program that does not provide any headcount reimbursement to the school district, why are they participating in the graduation? And if, as in the case in Maine, that a homeschooled student is provided with, in Maine, a homeschooled student is, to the best of my knowledge, reading Foster's, provided with a
Careful.
high school diploma that is issued by the parents. And if that is in the case in New Hampshire, that should be part of your discretionary review by the principal and school board as whether or not you want them walking in a ceremony that has been 12 years of taxpayer support.
Right, but this is not. Thank you for bringing it up because I'm sure other people have that question too. These are kids who go to Newt, who live in Milton, who are just choosing a different diploma. So they attend school in the building. They just are on a different path. It's kind of like choosing college prep and
There are-
vocational classes.
There are
So-
certificates of completion, there are school district-based diplomas and state-based diplomas.
Yeah.
That's fine, however you want to handle it. I just want to make sure that you cover all bases, and if you also have a proviso that attending a military ceremony, military dress, is or is not permitted by the school district,
Yeah,
and
I
whether or not
agree.
there is a gender-specific policy on graduation gowns.
We don't, Larry, we don't,
No, I agree with him. These are all major issues that have been coming up. So that will be good because we didn't cover that policy tonight. But I agree that those things are coming up, and you might as well all hit them with one swoop because major issues are happening around policies being in place that aren't allowing that certain things.
but I've seen kids that have graduated in graduation that definitely did not wear a gown, okay? And the Alpha Theta Honor wasn't even a gown, and it wasn't an issue.
Right, and so we might be one of those places where it wasn't enforced. But there are, in the news, there are
But
people who are not being allowed to graduate
But there's nothing-
because they're wearing different
But
outfits.
there's
or
nothing in our
because-
policies that prevents them, and nothing that I can see
Right.
at this point. There's no, what gendered, I don't see anything in Prince. Gender neutral, I don't see anything that prevents them from marching if they're neutral general or in a military uniform in Milton.
Yeah,
Milton.
Yeah, in Milton.
right, so nothing's
too.
saying that they must adhere to a dress code.
No, there's
But
no,
we'll
Yeah.
I agree.
We
We'll
appreciate
just
that, but I
look
don't-
at it.
I will not.
And so I guess going back to your first suggestion, are you saying we should look into adding it to the policy? Or
What,
we should just
homeschooling?
homeschool kids?
I think in New Hampshire, I mean, you mentioned Maine, but I think in New Hampshire, they have to actually take some tests for the state
Yeah.
in order to complete that course. So, I mean, it's not the parents just saying, yep, you know, as far as I'm concerned, that my child just completed high school.
My
Correct.
presumption, I'm sorry if I may, my
No, go ahead.
presumption is that the reporting from Foster's for the experience of the Noble High School student was accurate. And that person is receiving a high school diploma issued by his parents. And at the end of the article, since he will not be in the graduation, he says that he will never send any of his students to Noble High School, endearing himself even more to the community. So
But that's Maine, though, you're
that
talking.
is.
Well,
yes,
but it's still
personalities
looking
travel across
into.
state lines.
I think the difficulty with what I had with that situation was that you allow these students, they are students, to participate in sports or not allow, they're legally required, the school's legally required to have the kids participate in rec programs, sports, specials, gym class, art, all of that stuff. You have them coming to prom, all of this. So I feel like if they are meeting the requirements and they show, so that would be something to talk
But
for
also
the
you-
policy, but it's something
But also your buses now have to pick them up. Did you know
For-
that?
for charter, right? Not for,
If you got another school in your district, and your bus is going by during that period, by law, you have to pick them up and transport them and drop them off.
right, so that's,
A lot,
we were
but a lot.
talking about the graduation. So it's something to look at when we bring up that graduation
Best
policy.
thing to the chairman of the policy committee is to call Barrett Christina and check with him and see what he says.
Yeah.
Because that, we saw in the policy for the 20 and the 24 was, because the state only requires 20. We require the 24.
Right. Okay, thanks, Larry.
That Earl and I exist so that your conversations are short and honest.
Yes.
So I need a motion to go into non-public pursuant of RSA 91-A 3, 2A, B, and C, and the time is 7:21. Is that good?
I will make a motion.
I will second.
Peg and Stephanie. Stephanie,
Barry, aye.
Heard I?
Doug, aye. Okay, we are in non-public.